Aloha and happy Venus Day. This is Xamanxi, and this is the Divine Union reading. Before we tap into the reading, I just want to share what's been coming up through the union index. They're telling me index. Okay, interesting. Okay, so my husband and I are obviously, if you watch any of my videos before, you know this, my husband and I are in divine union. And that is, we know that is the reason why we're here, to anchor love into the ancient New Earth frequencies, to be able to guide people into new unions, whether that be divine unions or soulmate relationships, basically bringing people together in unity. That is our mission, and we've done a lot of work to get to where we're at, and we are now offering couples soul guidance. So if that's something you're interested in, reach out. Hopefully we'll have the website up soon. It's taking a little longer than expected, but once it is, there will be more information on there. My husband and I, we've been clearing. We've been growing through these waves, and not for us, but for the collective, for the Divine Union collective. So that's why these readings are coming through and why they're so important right now. And if y'all are feeling any of this, if you are part of this Divine Union Codex that is here to bring unions together, to create unity in ancient New Earth, to raise the frequency of humanity, if this is your calling, your mission, then you may be feeling through these waves right now too. It's been super strong waves of highs and lows, and shedding and clearing and letting go, and then the waves of rising again. So hang in there if you've been growing through it. We know it has been a lot, and just listen to your body, rest, hydrate, take care of you, give yourself some love to get through these they keep telling me the index, so I think we'll go deeper to that in the reading, but there's something with this in Divine Union index. Okay, alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and let you choose. Oh, no, they're saying no choosing today. Got it. Okay, so tell me, Spirit, which is which. Okay, so the pile on the right, they're telling me, is for those that are currently in union, already together with your partner in the physical. The middle pile is for those who have not yet come into the physical yet. You maybe have connected with them in the astral plane, in the dream space, and partially crossed paths in the physical, but you haven't fully connected in the physical just yet. And the left side, they're telling me, is for those who have come into union in the physical, and then for one reason or another split and are now in separation. So we have separation, not yet in the physical union, and in physical union currently. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start with the in separation. Timestamps for the other two will be in the description. Alrighty, happy Venus Day. Happy Venus Day, and welcome back to those of you that are currently in separation. Oh, wow, so much energy in and around the heart space. Yeah, I'm just hearing breathe. You've got to get that energy moving through the high heart, through the throat. There's a lot of stagnant energy in the heart space right now, and a lot of emotion that needs to be released, purged, let go of. This one's tough. They're telling me that this separation didn't come easy. I don't think personally, I don't feel like any separation comes easy, but they're just telling me that there was a lot of effort put into keeping this union together. And so there's some energy with self that's coming through that needs to be cleared. They're telling me not just being upset that the union is in separation. Maybe you feel like this is it, it's done, it's over. There's never going to be, you're never going to come into the physical together again. But they're saying there needs to be an energy clearing with self, with, they're showing me like this mirror, like putting the mirror up to yourself and looking back at some of the triggers or some of the things that caused separation, maybe some obstacles that got in the way, and seeing where that resonates for you in your body. Perhaps it's some inner child healing that comes up. It could be some ancestry stuff that you're working through, but they're really telling me to put the mirror back on self for those of you that are in separation. Okay. Let's go ahead and start with this card. This is the Beyond Lemuria deck, and they're showing me like, okay, so they're really pointing out these feathers. It's almost like you've grown this energy from through deception. They're telling me through deception, like they're showing me the feathers like coming around and literally like protecting, covering her, not allowing anything else to get in. And the heart is still shining through. They're showing me in the hands here how there's this shine that's coming through from the heart space, and this shine that's coming out of the third eye area. And they're saying for those of you that are in separation, it is going to take some digging deep into self and really processing through some shadow work is what I'm hearing. Going into the depths, maybe doing a shamanic healing ceremony or listening to some shamanic healing drum music online and going on a little journey there. I'm also hearing you may need something more extreme, like a breathwork class where you're really going into that shadow, possibly plant medicine, something that's going to help you clear. Look into your area, see what resonates for you, and please just have discernment as you're moving through this. But okay, let's see. They said go ahead and put that to the side. Let's see what else wants to come through. All right. Yeah, so this mirror energy, they're showing me like as above, so below, right? So it's like everything that's happening, there's something in resonance with you, the reason why this is in separation. So maybe you feel like you've done everything, like there were I'm hearing like outside sources or outside they're showing me like mind chatter, like outside thoughts that came in to shift this union out so that it would, like, basically they're showing me like this explosion here where it's like split into two, and there's two realities. There's the reality of the right time. They're reminding me that time doesn't exist. So there is the timeline where you actually are in union, whether this is a connection after this separation or not even having to go through that separation, but they're showing me there's a timeline that you're still connected to where you're in union. Now they're telling me this because you have free will. So one of two things can happen from here. You can either work on letting go of that timeline, processing through it. You can say like, I'm done. This is too much for me, right? The body takes on so much of this energy and so much of the purging that only you and your body know what kind of experience you're going through and how much your body can take. And so they're saying you may depending on the body and where you are, you may have gotten to the point where you're done. You're over it. You just want to work through whatever shadow you have left for self and allow, them to be on their journey and you continue on yours. This may mean that you're calling in a new soulmate, that you're reconnecting with other loved ones, they're telling me. And then there's the other side where it may mean that you go into that shadow, see where those triggers lie, where you still carry those frequencies of fear and separation and scarcity, they're telling me, in your body, and really dig deep and process through that, and then get back on the timeline where you could actually come back into physical union now. So 2 options for you there. I always feel like no matter what, unity is the way. I feel like it's something that we're here for, right? Like, we're here to create union, to come back into the structure of what ancient New Earth was. It was community, it was love, it was wholeness, it was authenticity. And all of that was stripped over and throughout time to cause separation and deceit and destruction and all of the stuff that we're here to work through now. So they said there is a question here, so I'm gonna read this question for you, and maybe it's something that you journal about or connect with self. But it says, how can you show more compassion and acceptance towards those that you don't understand? How do you show more compassion and acceptance towards those that you don't understand, right? Because we are all here on our own journeys, and there are things that are going to shift us and change us, and there are going to be times when we fall into victim mentality, and there are going to be times when we rise up and we're in line with the ascension, and there's these waves that we ride and we grow through. And so they're saying, how do you find more compassion? So maybe finding compassion for whatever happened in the separation, whatever caused the separation. If there were other people involved in the separation, finding compassion for them and starting to understand your journey more. All right, let's see what else wants to come through. We have the shadow and light. And they're telling me, I'm like, is this the right way? They said yes. Everything feels like it's in reverse right now. So it's like, the saying is as above, so below, but they're saying as below, so above. It's reversed. And with this one, they're saying I'll show you first. The card is offended versus enlightened. And with it coming out here in reverse, it's saying that you're still in the energy of being offended over what happened. You may be working through some victim mentality, why did this happen to me? Why did we have to separate? Why were there other people involved? Why? I'm just hearing why. And they're saying that this space, that's why they're saying go deep, because there needs to be for you to rise out of this, there needs to be a purge. And I'm feeling like a lot of you have already processed a lot of emotion without maybe even thinking about it. I'm feeling a lot of sadness, but they're also showing me this stagnancy in the liver. And so they're showing me like moving your hips, getting that energy moving, possibly working with herbal treatments to treat the liver, and what you need to do to start to get things moving, because there's some stagnancy there, and it feels almost like you've gotten comfortable with it. Like you are in your comfort zone, allowing yourself to be in misery and just thinking like, all right, well, this is it. Nothing else matters. There's nothing else out there that, like this was, the energy I'm getting is like, this was my mission, and if I can't complete my mission, then I'm not gonna do anything else for myself. And Spirit is really asking you to tap into that heart space. Even like they're showing the hands here around the heart, the hands here around the heart. Like they really want you to tap into the heart. And I keep hearing breath. So breath work is going to be so important. You can look up breath work on YouTube. It's better if you can find a practitioner in your area and actually do some in-person breath work sessions. It will help move things a lot quicker. All right, and we have the spider energy. So the spider energy, they're coming through to tell me like you have a really strong resilience to you. There's very few things that cause you to break. There are very few things that cause you to tap out, numb out, let go of yourself, not want to do anything. And unfortunately, this is one of those things where it's caused you to, like, they're showing me this spider is stagnant, and it's not continuing to build and expand her web. So they're saying like you're in this space of, they're telling me like the hanged man energy, like it's just hanging there, and it's not even, like hanging out in the center. It's on the very edge, on the very edge of things. So you may feel like your life is on the edge right now, like you're having a hard time getting a grasp on things, like you're just hanging on and you don't know how to get out of it. And if you are here listening to this, this is your sign that you are not alone. There are others that are let me say this, there are others that are in union that are sending you love from the unions that are together. And my husband and I are one of those. We've been really working hard on sending light and basically just knowledge that we're here and we're helping to those that are in separation and those that haven't come into union yet. All right, and then we have willingness. So to shift out of this, it's going to take you being willing to do so. This isn't going to happen for you. It's not just going to, your union isn't going to just show up at your door and everything's going to be dandy and work out great. It doesn't work that way. There needs to be some effort on your part, some compromise. So, maybe what happened, you've held on to some stubborn energy of saying, I'm not going to put up with that, or I don't want to deal with that. And believe me, set your boundaries. Definitely set your boundaries and stick to those boundaries. And I'll tell you what I've learned in my journey is that as we continue to rise, and we're rising and we're ascending, and we expect people to see the elevated version of us, we also need to give grace and acceptance and see the elevated version of others. So maybe they are your partners at the lowest of low and they move up just a notch. That's still them actually rising a little bit. I feel, I'm hearing that some of them are trying to connect with you in the astral, that they're reaching out and you've like shut yourself off. You're like, nope, I don't want to do this anymore. Leave me alone. I don't want to have anything to do with you. No, it's okay to set that boundary and not want to go in and help. However, there needs to be an energy of giving back. Let me give you back all of your energy so you can be whole. And let me take back all of mine so I can be whole. And you can feel like what it is being without me. Sometimes, when we're supporting others, even if it's just a tiny bit, it keeps them in the energy of cycling through something because they never have to truly face it all by themselves. So maybe this is you saying, okay, I'm willing to let go. I'm going to give you all of your energy back. I'm going to take all of mine back. And, may God be with you. May Spirit be with you, whatever you want to say to them. And then go back into working on self. Go back into loving your inner child. Go back into forgiveness, compassion, the things that have helped you rise and get to where you were when you came into union. All right, yes, the portal. And again in reverse, they're showing me like these cards keep coming out upside down, and when I shuffle them, it's random. I don't ever look at what's on the cards, and I just flip them exactly how Spirit tells me. So yeah, they're saying you've gone into this like portal of darkness, and there's this energy of feeling like you're all alone, and you are not alone. And I'll tell you, I've had friends, acquaintances, clients who are growing through these separations right now. And sometimes, they'll come to my mind randomly, and I'll want to reach out and say, hey, I love you. I'm thinking of you. And Spirit's like, no, you don't need to do that. Let them be in whatever energy they're in right now. And just send them love from afar. Send them love from afar. So you may not even realize that people are, blissing you with love from afar when really they truly care. And they're just saying, I just keep hearing, you're not alone. You are not alone. Even if you're just watching these, my love, my heart goes out to you. All right, let's see what else. Riding the waves. Yeah, this wave, they're showing me that this time where it just feels so overwhelming. It feels like almost like it's something you can't get out of, and they're telling me you're having a hard time getting out of it on your own. So seek community, seek being in spaces and places where you're around people, even if that's just a public space. I'll tell you, one time I was growing through some shadow and I just couldn't get out of it, and I went to like a happy touristy spot in my town, and just being in the energy of the happy tourists and the bubble and excitement that they had for being here, traveling to this space, was able to fully lift me up. And I didn't do anything. I just went, sat in the middle of this, it's kind of like a common area where a lot of tourists go. And I sat down with a book, and I kept to myself, and I read my book. And I don't even remember how much I read while I was there, but I know that instantly I started to feel better. And then it got better and better, and I maybe stayed for an hour or two. And by the time I left, I was completely transformed. I felt so much better just being around the community of others. And it wasn't even community that I was connecting with. It was just being in that energy. So even if it's hard for you right now to be around others, try getting into public spaces where maybe you don't have to talk to anybody. Sometimes for me, it's just sitting in my car at a busy park or a busy beach and letting the energy of others kind of wash over me and help shift through. They're saying you need others to get through this, and you can absolutely call on support. You can call on support from the angelics are coming in. The angelics want to be here to support. Specifically, I'm hearing Archangel Michael and Ezekiel. Is Ezekiel an archangel? Ezekiel. Okay, is it Zadkiel? I think I'm just hearing it wrong. They're showing me Zadkiel, Zadkiel. Okay, so maybe look into those archangels and see how you can connect with them. Sometimes it's just looking at a picture, like an art drawing of them. Sometimes maybe it's some scripture or something that wants to come through. Okay, but they're saying connect. All right, and then we have forgiveness. Yeah, see, so there's forgiveness that needs to happen with self. They're telling me with self. Almost like you feel guilty for letting it go as long as it went before the separation. Like, I should have let this go a long time ago. I wouldn't be this hurt. I wouldn't be growing through this. But Spirit's telling me that it went as long as it needed to. So give yourself some grace and some forgiveness. And there's there are good things happening around you, but they want you, again, they're showing that heart, like she's holding her heart here, tapping into that heart space, getting some breath moving through the body. And then we have clear quartz for purification. I am going to channel here. Oh, they said you have a clear quartz next to you. Let me grab it because I forgot that was there. So let me see. Okay, so actually it's almost just like that picture. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to leave this here and I'll do a little channeling for this. عرفت منك جتك أنا ننتدي سكتي أنا أركت فن منك شلت أنا تكتي أنا عرفت منك شكتو مني تكتي أنا كتنا أنا شكتنا عرفت منك تتقي سكنيني عرفت منك شكنو تدو منك تتنا عرفت منك شكتي كنيني أنا عرفت منك تتوشكتو منني عرفت منك تشتكيني أنا عرفت منك تتقي سكتي أنا عرفت منك عرفت منك تكتنا أنا تتقي Yes, if you are into crystals, if you can get some clear quartz, it will definitely help. I forget what the shape of the an obelisk, maybe obelisk. But if you take a clear quartz crystal and you put it in your hand where the arrow, in your left hand where the arrow is pointing in, it will bring good energy into the body. And if you take it in the right hand and point the arrow out, it will shift and pull out all of the negative energy in your body. So I highly recommend, this is one of my favorite crystals. I forgot it was right here by me, but I'll leave her there so you can continue to enjoy her a little bit while I'm here. And then we have one last message here. Let's flip it over and see what it says. It says, beware of what you are projecting, for the qualities you admire in one another are qualities you both possess. Equally so, the qualities you don't like are also your own reflection. Yes, so back to that mirror reflection that, you know, there are things that have happened in this separation, in this union, that is a reflection of something that is holding resonance in your body still. So like I said, maybe this is inner child healing. Actually, maybe this is even past life healing, things that you need to work through. And meditation is going to help. The breath work, they're really telling me breath work. There's got to be breath to get things moving through that heart space, to almost, I feel like it's like to jumpstart the heart again, because this separation has not been easy and there's so much emotion that still needs to be purged. So I think that is all. I am sending you all so much love. Please know that my husband and I are sending out our radiant love vibrations to assist through these separations. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Our website and emails are linked in, I believe, in the channel description. All right. Thank you so much. Until next time, take care. Adios. Happy Venus Day, and welcome back to those of you who are not yet in physical union with your partner. So they're just showing me that this image here, this is from the Beyond Lemuria deck, and they're showing me, well, first off, they're saying protect your crown, protect your crown. Yeah, there's a lot of miscommunication that's coming in, a lot of deceit. Perhaps what you're seeing with your eyes is not truth. So they're really pointing out this space. Protect the crown, protect the crown. Okay, and then just this coat, like they're telling me this recoding that's happening through the body. It's almost like thank you. They're like, this is an image of what's happening with the crystalline body. Like this crystal is amplifying the energy through the body right now, and that's what a lot of us are feeling with these upgrades that are coming through. So, okay, what else do you have, Spirit, with this? Is there anything? Okay, they said go ahead and flip. So let's see what it says in the back. Reclaim your energy. Your energy is our, my apologies, our energy is our responsibility, and how we give it away becomes a conscious choice as we step into empowerment. And yes, it is possible to restore the fragments of self we gave away before we came into this awareness. You have the power to own your energy and choose where you direct it. If you are not at your optimal vibration, consider the core of why this may be. Detach from depleting influences and boost positivity. It is up to you to make the shift. Transform your life by choosing healing and self-empowerment. Kickstart that upward spiral to abundant energy and soul presence. Yes. So right here, specifically where it says, let me go back. It says detach from depleting influences, right? So if there's things that you are seeing or you are hearing or they're coming up in your field, they're just saying continue to detach, continue. I feel like those of you that are in this energy of this pile, that you have already detached, and that is part of these waves that are coming through right now. That it's like I see this, they're telling me broadcasting, interesting, like these programs are being broadcasted out to you over and over and over, and each time you're having to shift through it. Now, each time you shift through it, you grow stronger and you get farther away from them actually being able to infect or program your mind. So continue doing what you're doing and protect your crown. Protect your crown. Okay, let's see what else. All right, this says your purpose of personal expansion. Yeah, so they're showing me the split specifically with these two, and they're saying what's happening for those of you that are in frequency with this pile, that are not yet in union, in physical union. They're showing me like the letting go of what you were and stepping into what you are. There's this back-to-back energy that is the past of what was, and then the present of what is. They're telling me there's this, the in-between space they're showing me here is in between the past and the present, and it's a space that you've been oscillating in and out of. So if you want to move past this, they're saying expand and open up so that you can consciously move into the next present moment, because the next present moment, it's here, it's ready for you, it's waiting. And there's something that keeps drawing you back. Okay, I feel like it's the union. Thank you. It's the union that keeps drawing you back. So maybe you're getting messages in the astral and you're hearing stuff that, like, you're hearing, oh, we're going to come into physical union soon. And so you're, instead of moving forward with the things that you want in life, you're in this space of waiting for that to happen. Now, they're reminding me that this happened with myself and my husband in our union at one point, where I felt like if I continued to rise, I would get too far away from from where he was at, because he was growing through some shadow. So it had gotten to the point where I made the conscious decision to no longer go into that shadow with him. It was very heavy, very dark. There was a lot going on, and I just was exhausted. Now, that doesn't mean that I stopped being there for him. It just means that I stopped letting it affect my energy. So instead of me being worried about what he was growing through or what he needed to shift out of, I let go and I surrendered it to a higher power. And I just said, all of his angels, guides, passed on loved ones, please be with him now in this space. I need to pull back so that I can take care of self, and so I can continue moving forward. I can't be in this space of oscillating between the present and the past. I'm ready to continue to grow and evolve and move forward with my life. And that's what they're saying your energy is right now. You're in this space where you keep oscillating between the past and the present. And not that it's not a good place to be, but they're saying that next present moment, what some might call the future, is already here and it's already awaiting you. So maybe there's something that you've been wanting to do and you've been holding off on it because you feel like, if I do this, I might not come into union soon. And they're saying, no, allow yourself to get into that space, because what that's also going to do, and what it did for me and my husband, was it created a space where he had to fully he had to surrender. Thank you, Spirit. He had to surrender. He had to get to that space where he felt like he was without me or going to be without me, and I wasn't going to be there to protect in the spiritual anymore. And in that space, he had to surrender to a higher power, and he had to let go and let God and say, okay, I'm ready. Get me out of this. And that's where the shift happens. Okay, they are pointing out the question, so let me read it here. It says, how can you be more intentional with your choices and live with more purpose? All right, so I feel like this is saying maybe you've had some choices. Maybe you've had some things come up, or some opportunities, or spaces and places to move or travel to, and you've been holding off on it because of this union. And they're saying, no, continue doing you, and continue surrendering it to a higher power to be there to help the union that you are currently in separation, or my apologies, not in separation. Thank you, Spirit. Not in physical union yet. Planning and destiny. Yes. So this is the space, this planning space. That's the oscillation between the past and the present. It's like you want to plan for that next moment. And part of ancient New Earth structure is there is no plan. It just is. We just are. We're in this space where we're fully trusting and surrendering and following our highest self to lead us and guide us exactly where we need to be. That is destiny. That is what is written in the stars. That is what will absolutely happen. And this union, for those of you that are tuning in, is absolutely coming into the physical, but it's the planning and the structure that's holding you back. So they're pointing out the full moon. Perhaps by the next full moon, work on letting go of the need to have a plan, to have things in a certain order, to have some kind of alignment to move into this union, and just allow things to be, and be in that allowing space of it. They're showing me like a deep heart expansion and trusting in a higher power. All right, and then we have the brown bear spirit. Yeah, so they're saying, I'm hearing retreat. It's like get out into nature, pull back. There's too much focus and energy on this right now, and they're saying that there needs to be almost like just tap out of that space for a while. Go out, play, enjoy yourself, do something different, reconnect with nature. Maybe actually go to a retreat if there's a retreat that's coming up, and maybe you've been holding off because you wanted to wait and see what happened with coming into union in the physical. Know that is absolutely going to happen. It doesn't, you don't need to shift or redirect what you're doing to make that happen. Trust, and it will be. Guys, I cannot make this up. Oh my goodness. Trust. Okay, I love this. I never look at these cards when I pull them. I place them face down, and yeah, this is so divine. Trust. They're saying trust that it's coming together. Trust in a higher power. Trust in your highest, most divine self, that this is absolutely happening. And then when you're in that space of trust, you can get into the space of flow and just letting things be, enjoying your life, not feeling like you're on hold or you're waiting for something to happen. Opening of the heart. Wow, these are so perfect. Yes. So water blissings, they're telling me the water. I've been hearing the water lately. So perhaps, like for self, they're saying like, get into natural water. It's going to be deeply cleansing. You're going to be able to feel the, they're telling me like the shift in the water. Okay, there's been a shift in the water recently, like a quantum upgrade that's happened. So the water is going to help get you back in, like I'm seeing like this image like floating down a river, like getting back in that current of flow and allowing life to take you exactly where you need to be. And they're pointing out the number 11, which is that master number. It's union. It's coming together. This is happening, y'all. You don't need to do anything. You just have to trust and know that it is absolutely going to happen. All right. And we have making waves. So yeah, what you're already doing, they're telling me, is you've already built the momentum. You've already opened up the door. You've already, like, they're showing me she's like literally, it's almost like there's this funnel of water behind her and she's walking out of it, like she's rising above it. So maybe, sorry about that. Maybe you've been in the energy where you feel like you've gone into those depths recently, or you feel like you've been doing a lot to help your union in the astral, or just by working on self and hoping, is what I'm hearing, hoping that they're feeling it. And absolutely, if this is your union and you are meant to be in union, they are absolutely feeling everything that you are growing through. It is, as within, so without. All right, and then we have safety. Oh, so they're telling me this is the energy of the person that's coming in, and this is you in this space. And they're saying, okay, they're showing me the reverse. So they're saying there's this time now where you may feel like you're the one on the outside that's trying to bring it all together, and you're going to come into a space where it's going to shift and you're going to feel held and protected, and everything that you're doing, everything that you've been processing through and working through and holding on to and trusting and surrendering and doing all the work, it's bringing you that energy of oneness with another, which is, I'll tell you, the most amazing feeling. So what's coming to you is so much more than you could probably even fathom in the human body. And it's such a divine love. But they're showing me like these stretch marks in her hips here, like in the hips area. It's like there's some growing pains. Yeah, there's some things that you've moved through, and you may feel this exhaustion, like, she's hunched over and tired and just like ready to retreat back into herself again, retreat. And that energy, that love is coming. So they're saying, let go and give it to a higher power. Give it to, maybe you connect with higher sources. Maybe you connect with the angels or the dragons or the fairies or any of these higher vibrational entities. And they're saying, give it to them, call on them to be with your significant other, so that you're not processing and working through it all yourself. And then also call on them to be there for you, to support you through this. And they're telling me, just those of you that chose this card, it's like you just need to get away. You just need like a little mini vacation, rest and retreat, reconnect with Mother Nature, tap out of what's to come, what might happen, and give yourself some love. All right, we have a crystal here that wants to support. And we have Cooperite, rites of passage. Yes, so this crystal I've connected with before. Actually, I believe I did a YouTube channeling for this crystal specifically. So if it is, I will link it in the description. You can go back and listen to what came through and just let those frequencies move through you, because the light language transmission, they're a frequency that unlocks like layers of our soul codex. Interesting. Okay. That are inside of us that can open us up. And the rites of passage, it's like, yeah, what you're growing through right now, and it feels like a lot of growth and a lot of things, just so much. Like, I'm feeling a lot of it. Like, it's probably bringing on maybe some exhaustion, possibly some headaches, fatigue, dehydration. Like, they're saying really nourish your body, support it with supplements or electrolytes or hydration or whatever it is that you need at this time, and allow yourself to rest, because you are growing through a rite of passage. This rite of passage is you moving from like the maiden stage into matrimony, into union, into love, into unity. And so this is a big rite of passage, and they're just saying rest and retreat. And then we have this last card here, and let's see. So here's the card. Okay, and let's see what let's see what the message is. Soulmate. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this, and they will manifest physically. So I'm gonna cancel clear that word believe, and I'm gonna say no. If you've already been connecting with them spiritually, if you've already been connecting with them in the astral, if you've been getting signs, for self, it was, before I came into union with my husband, I was seeing hearts everywhere. Hearts made out of rocks, hearts made out of bark on a tree, hearts on the back of people's cars. There was all, hearts in the clouds. There were all these hearts coming at me. So if you've been getting signs, if you've been feeling like this is coming together, no, not believe. Let go of the belief system, right? Because that can be infiltrated, indoctrinated, manipulated, all of those things, and get into the energy of knowing, absolutely knowing that this union is destined, and it will absolutely happen when you surrender and trust. Alrighty, I'm sending you all so much love. Until next time. They wanted me to pull that down so you could see it, so let's see if I can align these. I don't know, maybe this is for someone specific that he wanted a picture of it or something, maybe a screenshot, but they're saying no, pull that down real quick before they go. Okay, there you are. Until next time, thank you so much. Adios. Aloha, and welcome back to those of you that are in union and currently growing through some upgrades. Okay, so let's fill into this. What's coming through here? Oh, wow. So they're showing me the energy here is like she's being crowned from a higher dimension. It's almost like an upgraded walk-in or an upgraded experience. It's like things are going to shift, quantum jump. There's going to be a big shift in your union. These upgrades that are coming through, they're bringing divine codes. You may be getting really sleepy. Maybe your partner is, or wanting to rest a lot. It's because you're taking on these new frequencies. And there's these energies coming in all over. It's not just in one place. So they're showing like the light that's coming in. It's coming through each of these hands. It's coming through the heart, through the eyes, through the higher realms. There's so much energy coming in for this pile. And it feels like, Oh goodness, it's abundant. They just had me spread out my arms, like here in the picture, opening up the arms. So maybe you do that too, but open up your arms, take a nice deep breath, and know that it is here. It is time to receive. It is time to open up the heart, to allow yourself to move into these higher vibrational frequencies, to reap the fruits of your labor, to those of you that have been in union is not easy. People think that, oh, you're in a divine union and it's so amazing and you guys are always in, the best space, and the truth is we're not. We grow through the shadow and we cycle with each other often, and we've learned how to process and shift through that. And because of that, because we have not let anything get in between us, and I'll tell you, y'all, there has been some times where the energy that tries to get between us it's fire, it's dark, it's heavy, and every time we come back to this energy of, we're not letting it happen. We're not letting it happen. We absolutely know our purpose. We know what we're here to do. We know that we're here to be in union, that this is a big part of who we are, and whatever we need to do to work through it, we're going to work through it. And I'll tell you, even from experience, my husband and I got to a place where we thought we couldn't work through it anymore. It was difficult. We were growing through a lot, and we connected with Spirit together, and Spirit told us, figure your shit out, because the two of you are meant to be together. So whatever you need to do to move that energy, to get it flowing, figure it out, because this is not what you're doing is destined on such a higher level. It's almost like we came in knowing that we have free will, but our higher selves are like, don't you dare walk away from each other. You are holding things together right now. And we really feel that. So they're saying, allow these upgrades to move through you. And they're showing me this purge from the heart. They're like, that's not a light coming in. It's coming out. It's a purge that's happening through the lower level chakras. So from the heart, purging any emotion, any grief, anything that you're holding on to that you haven't let go of. It's a clearing out through the lower chakras, a clearing that, like, possibly even a shedding. Like it could be like your skin is peeling, or if you are a woman, maybe it's you're actually bleeding and things are moving much heavier or longer than normal. There's a deep purge that's happening in this space. What's going to help you, if some of you are moving through that, what's going to help you with that is getting into sacred waters. That means natural waters, ocean, river, anything that's natural, that has a flow in the water. They're telling me not a lake. No stagnancy. They want like water that's flowing. So either like waves in the ocean, or a waterfall, or a river that's flowing downstream. Okay, do we need to flip this over? Yes, they said. Okay, water, the overflow. The being in the picture has many hands, and yet water falls through her fingers. It blisses her in the moments it touches her radiant skin and continues on its journey. Her heart is also overflowing with love. Her eyes are filled with tears. She gracefully allows what comes through to move her without control. Aligned with purpose, she is overjoyed to give from the limitless place, and she radiates so much light into the world. Give more from a place of overflow than obligation. Even when we think we have nothing to give, coming from a mindset of overflow creates more of what we want. Yes, so blessings, so many blessings coming in for those of you who have continued on this journey in union and have worked through and processed and done all the work to be where you're at. There's so much abundance coming in. All right, let's see what else wants to come through. right. You heal by letting go and not suppressing. They're really just showing me these crystals. They're like, no worries about that. Look at the crystals. Okay, so they're telling me this is like a pink amethyst. I'm not very familiar with pink amethyst, Spirit. Can you? Yeah, they're telling me it's an amplified energy in the heart space. It's a radiant energy in the heart space. Okay, so they're telling me that the words here say, what emotions do you need to feel? And what I'm hearing are two different things. One, it's like that purge from the heart, like letting things go, letting all of those emotions move through the lower chakras that are ready to be purged. And what emotions are you not feeling that are in those higher vibrations? Are you allowing yourself to be in peace? Are you allowing yourself to be in joy? Are you allowing yourself to play more, to open up, to expand? What are you suppressing in that space? All right, energy versus motivation. Okay, so yeah, they're showing me like this was a long journey. Where you're at, it's been a long journey. And the energy is going to pick up moving forward. There's going to be a lot more movement. And they're just saying take care of your body, because that's why they're saying energy versus motivation. Thank you. Because there are times where you're feeling super motivated and you're maybe like creative and want to like go and get things done. And then there are times where you're like, ugh, I don't feel like doing anything. I just want to rest. And maybe you're hard on yourself. I know I am in those times when I'm like, I should be creating or I should be doing this. And they're saying, no, there's so much that is accelerating and moving forward right now. Allow yourself that downtime. Allow yourself that time to rest and retreat and pull back, and know that when that motivation comes, you will absolutely have the energy to continue forward. But the reason you're not motivated at specific times is because your guides are trying to tell you to rest, to play, to enjoy life, to taste the chocolate. All right, individuality. Yes, this is a stepping into your most authentic self. It is being in your individuality. It is connecting with who you are at the core, and then sharing that no matter what anyone thinks or says or does, or other people's opinions of you are none of your business. Let them be, and allow yourself to step fully into your authenticity. That's what's going to help with these that's what's coming in for these unions. Thank you. They're like, no, not help. That's what's coming in for these unions. It's being in complete authenticity and then sharing that with the world. Yeah, wings of light. Look at that. The speed. It's like things are going to speed up. So when you're feeling unmotivated or like you can't get anything done, that's just your guides telling you to rest. Literally making you be in the energy of not being motivated so you can pull back, to take some deep breaths, find some rest, find some peace, find some joy, do things that maybe you wouldn't normally do. Go out and enjoy life, enjoy actually being here in Earth Realm and all of the magical, beautiful things that are here for us to experience. Okay, and then we have the koala spirits. Okay, and they're pointing out this energy around the third eye. It's like, yeah, there needs to be a protection over the crown space. Okay, and I don't know much about koalas, so talk to me, Spirit. What energy are you bringing through for the koala spirit? They're saying there's bias around what the human kingdom, I guess, has experienced with koalas and what they've found out about koalas, and there are affirmations that others have put on koalas to make people believe, what they are. And the thing is, they're saying that energy of the koala, it's authenticity, it's pulling back and allowing yourself to be, and not caring who's affirming what, because none of that can attach to you, none of it can stay with you. You are connected to the land and the trees and the elements, and you are so supported through Mother Earth that no matter what anyone says or does or like affirms or speaks towards you, it's not going to stay with you. It's not going to affect you. So allow yourself to be. All right, and then we have the wishing well. Yes, there are karmic jewels coming in. Yes, it's all of this abundance. It's like the great things are coming, y'all. You've done the work. You've moved through it. And now have some fun. Enjoy life. Play. And enjoy each other. Enjoy being in your union and be in that space. I know for some time it was like, you know, I know that when me and my husband go out together, that our energy is strong. And we've been in spaces and places where people are, where our light is too bright for them. And that's okay. And before I might have said, well, let's just not go back there, or you know, I don't want to put other people out. I don't want them to feel a certain way. And like now, Spirit's like, no, go. Who cares? Be in your light. Be in your love. Be in your joy. Let people think that, you know, whatever they're going to think about you, let them say you're the perfect couple. It's whatever they say, it's not going to affirm to your spirit the way that it might have been in a lower vibration, that you're in this energy, this momentum of moving forward, and that there's like so many blessings coming in. So it's like, no, get out, enjoy life. If you bring up shadow in others, let them move through that shadow, and then, you know, you can kindly offer your services or be there for them and support if they need it. And if not, let them be. It's their journey, right? It's not for you to take on or fill or try to process through for them. So also they're telling me with the wishing well, they're saying what you want can absolutely be, but think larger. Think larger. Okay, interesting that they're saying think, because that usually doesn't come through, but they are saying it's because they're saying when when we create something in reality, it usually starts in thought form, and the thought of what you are calling in is not big enough, right? Like your energy is so vibrant and light, and you help so many other people, even if it's just being yourself, just being in your light, shining your light, showing your love, showing the connection that you have with the two of each other. And they're just saying, be in that energy and then think bigger and better. There's so much more coming in for you. It's like they want you to start to expand and open up your mind about what can actually come through for you with this abundance that's coming in through the 8/8 portal. Thank you, Spirit, for adding that. Okay, and then we have love. Yes, and the reason you're in this space is because you and your union have learned self-love. You've learned to be there to support yourself. You've mended, the broken heart. It's like you're re-blossoming in this space, in this higher vibration, and now not just in that self-love energy, but in union, the two of you as one. All right, and then we have moonstone. Look at that lovely moonstone. Okay, I'm gonna channel a little bit here, they're telling me. So so much joy. Oh my goodness. So much joy. Wow. What's coming in for those of you that are in union, who have stuck with it, who have done the work. There is so much joy coming in. My goodness. Okay, this last card, I'm just going to put this here. They're just saying this is like the eye of source. It's like looking down on you and blessing you with this abundance that's coming in. It's like I've said this before, that I learned this a few years back. The closer you get to source, You know, the higher you get in this ascension, the more you open up to abundance and all of the good things that this earth space has to offer. And that's what's coming in. It's like you are being watched, you're being witnessed from a higher power. And because of all of the kindness and love and compassion and allowing people to be on the journey and allowing yourself to move through this journey and giving it gratitude and appreciation, it's because of all of that, this is being seen through the higher realms, and the abundance is here, y'all. It is here. So open up, receive, and play. They're saying get out, have some fun, enjoy life. Whew. Alrighty, so much fun to finish with this pile. Thank you all for tuning in. Until next time, adios.